Welcome to another edition of Random Run. As you guys know, this is an ongoing series on my channel in which I take the time to showcase books from my collection that aren't necessarily the types of books that you would hang up on a wall or that would be on someone's want list or grail list. But they are, however, pretty good books in my collection that, in my opinion, represent some amazing art, some amazing stories, and for that reason, I like to showcase them. I've heard from people that in some parts of my series, I've been able to identify books that they never knew existed. I've gotten people to pick up books that they've seen but didn't really have any motivation to buy. So my hope is that as you watch this video, as you watch this series overall, maybe there's something here that captures your attention, because not every book in a collection has to be a grail or a key. Sometimes it can just be a book that you pick up for the pleasure of reading a really good story or seeing some awesome art. So with this particular video, we are going to showcase Avengers versus X-Men. You guys know that I am an X-Men fan, as evidenced by some of the books that are on the wall back there. And so I somehow became aware of Avengers versus X-Men several months ago. I read the series on Marvel Unlimited and was blown away by the story, blown away by the art, and I just had to get the hard copies of this series. And so I went out, I picked it up. I picked up some of them in store, some of them online. I think I have like almost 2 full sets of this because I really like the books. And as you'll see, a couple of the books are actually special. So I won't preempt my own video. I'll just allow you to check it out for yourselves. But the other cool thing that I realized in picking up this series was that this wasn't the first time that the Avengers and the X-Men kind of faced off with one another. So definitely stay tuned until the end of the video to see some bonus material. As always, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. My hope is that you enjoy it and also subscribe to the channel. Take care. This is by far one of my most favorite story arcs. Avengers versus X-Men is phenomenal. Bendis does such an amazing job writing this story. And with this cover, this is a Cho cover, solid cover. This is issue 0. Just a really great start to a wonderful story arc. Here is number 1, Avengers versus X-Men. Just a classic book here. Here's a variant of number 1, part sketch, part color, just great artwork. And I honestly cannot say enough great things about the story. Number 2, from the title, you can assume that the Avengers face off against the X-Men, but where it goes is really impressive. If you have not read it, I highly encourage you to read this one. Here's number 3. I picked this series up and it was after I had actually read it. Here is a variant of number 3, again another sketch color split, after I read it via Marvel Unlimited, and was just blown away that I had to actually go out and buy this series. Here's number 4. Little Phoenix action goes on in this thing. You can see it creeping up here on that particular cover, number 4, and then you also see it here, the Phoenix Force. It is just an amazing read. If you are an Avenger fan or an X-Men fan, look at this. This can tell you where this thing goes. Number 6 here, number 7. It just gets better and better. And some of these that I picked up, here's number 8, are actually signed right down there. It's number 8. Here is a great Peter Parker cover. Number 9, also signed in the lower right-hand corner there. Number 10. Number 11, this is really where I became a Bendis fan as I read this story arc. Great book there. Number 12, also signed, and I actually picked these up as a full set off of eBay, including the signed books as well. We finish up with a number 12 of 12. Again, if you have not read this story arc, if you are a fan of Avengers or X-Men, I highly recommend you check this out. As always, guys, this series is really about trying to raise the awareness around titles that you may or may not have seen before, to entice you to check them out either via Marvel Unlimited or some other kind of digital media, or to actually pick up the hard copies. These books are still incredibly affordable in my opinion, and definitely worth the read. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. As an added bonus, I thought I would put this up here. This is actually the original 4-part story arc of the X-Men versus the Avengers. Later it became Avengers versus X-Men, but it all started right here. That's the newsstand copy. I also have just a regular direct version of this book. Unfortunately, I don't have the full story arc. I am one short. Here is number 2. And these books are just incredible, right? It is a great setup for everything that comes down the road. Here is number 3, really cool book there that reminds me of an Amazing Spider-Man cover, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So again, just a little bit of some bonus material here for you guys.